In this video, I'm talking to Ginny Adams from SELLERBOARD about what could happen to Amazon product listings while sellers are sleeping, and how Alerts tool by SELLERBOARD helps sellers to learn about such changes. She will show how the tool works and what are the different product listing changes about which the tool sends out the notification to the sellers. To learn more about SELLERBOARD, you can click on the links in the description. And if you enjoyed this conversation, then don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to Orange Klik YouTube channel. Hello, Jenny. Great to have you here today with me to talk about some of the things that might happen to Amazon sellers or actually do their product listings while they're sleeping. So before we go into that, could you please introduce yourself and also let us know what SELLERBOARD is and how it helps Amazon sellers?
All right, thanks so much, Lisette. So yes, my name is Jenny. I'm from SELLERBOARD, and SELLERBOARD is an accurate profit analytics service for Amazon sellers with a bunch of additional tools such as follow-up email campaigns, inventory management, reimbursement for lost and damaged stock and other FBA errors, listing change alerts, and a lot of other very cool stuff such as even Shopify connectors. So I'm here to speak about how while you're asleep, a lot of things can happen to your listings and how to make sure that you are constantly aware of all the changes that are happening, especially when they're hijackers to the listings. So all the notifications received are in here in the notification center, and notifications meaning your SELLERBOARD account or per email. So let me give you guys an example. So sometimes what can happen is like while you're away or you're not using your phone or you're just sleeping, Amazon can change the dimensions of your product. And this leads to a change in the FBA fee. So if the newly measured size that they remeasured is larger, then you might have to pay a higher FBA fee for the shipping of every single unit. This is why it's important for you to make sure that you track the dimensions of your products and the FBA fees. So if it changes, what you have to do is check if the new fee is legit. And if not, then you open a seller support ticket and ask Amazon to remeasure the product once again. So this was just an example. The idea of the alerts function in SELLERBOARD is to automatically track the FBA fees and a lot of other KPIs and changes to your listings. And product dimension changes, as well as other important events for all your products, and notify you if action is needed. So here's how it works. Whether you have a brand change, so the brand of your listing was changed, so you have to make sure that it's a legitimate change. We'll notify you on that. If the buy box was lost, so it's one of your ASINs lost the buy box, we'll notify you on that. If the category of your product was changed. So this is just like I mentioned in the previous, in an example given. So when they can sometimes change the category of your product or change the measurements to your product. So, so what happens here if the category changed for an ASIN? So this might be a listing hijacker or Amazon in this case, that changed the category of your product. We'll notify that if parent-child connection was changed, so the child lost their parent, and the ASIN has the child ASIN has no more parent ASIN. So if the commissions were changed, so the referral fee can be increased, like as mentioned earlier, if the category is changed or due to changes in the Amazon warehouse. This will notify on that as well. So if the dimensions of the product were changed, just as mentioned through measurement to your products, we'll be making sure you are notified on that. If the FBA fees are changed, we'll notify on that correspondingly. If the FBA inbound shipment quantity deviation is different, so this means that if there is a difference between the amount of units shipped to the FBA fulfillment center and the amount of units that was actually checked in is different. We'll also notify you if you have a large order. So if the large order is the amount of units bought is much higher than you constantly have. So if there is an unusual large order that has been placed, for example, with an amount 10 times higher than the average, we'll be notifying you on that. If the listing is closed, if the listing text has been changed, if the listing title has been changed, if the main image has been changed, money back alert reimbursement possible. So we actually have a money back feature, which we've previously covered with Augustus on the Orange Klik channel. So it helps you get reimbursed for lost and damaged stock that was done in the Amazon FBA warehouse for returns that were initiated but never actually sent back to Amazon's warehouse, as well as whether you've had any FBA fees. For example, if the FBA fees were changed, so your products were inaccurately measured, or the category of them was changed inaccurately. So we'll provide you with a report that will help you get reimbursed from Amazon. Thing is that if we notice any reimbursements possible, we'll notify you on that. But you still have to go to the money back feature and check. But if we notice it ourselves, we'll let you know. If you have a negative merchant feedback or neutral, we'll notify you. If there is a new lowest price offer, we'll notify you as well. So if you have a new parent or child, since we'll notify you if the number of sellers or SKUs on listing it was changed, or if you have stock alerts, basically when it's time for you to reorder another amount of units from your manufacturer to the FBA center. So what happens is in order for us to make sure that you're notified on all these changes in your Amazon Seller Central account, and in order for you to take action immediately, we'll be giving you notification in your SellerBoard account or per email, however you choose. This is why even when you're sleeping, you can make sure that you'll be notified when you wake up or if you wake up.
Thank you very much for this demo. I wanted to ask, is it possible to assign more than one person to receive the notification, for example, via email?
If you have another user that's using your account, because you have additional users in SellerBoard, then yes, they'll be receiving them as well.
Okay, and otherwise it can be, the notification will be visible on the SellerBoard dashboard and then via email, right?
You'll receive it over here in the notifications menu in your SellerBoard account over here, and you'll be receiving it per email as well.
Okay, so it's really easy for sellers to easily have an overview what has been going on, for example, with the nighttime or whatever time they have been away from their seller accounts.
You can take action immediately and make sure that certain measures are taken by contacting seller support.
Okay, sounds really good. And could you, before we go for today, could you also mention what are some of the other tools SellerBoard provides for Amazon sellers that would make their life a little bit easier and managing the store also a little bit easier?
We have released recently an LTV lifetime value, which basically makes sure you can understand and manage your customer acquisition costs. So LTV helps understand the lifetime value of what's the amount of profit the customer brings to you over their whole lifetime as a customer. So basically it helps you easier plan your customer acquisition costs. We have eBay and Shopify connectors, which basically help list your Amazon listings on eBay or in Shopify by connecting them to your Amazon listings and having the fulfillment made by multi-channel fulfillment by Amazon. We have the PPC optimizer, which is great for managing campaigns. We provide bid and keyword recommendations. We have inventory management, of course. The alerts feature money back that helps you get reimbursed for lost and damaged stock, FBA fee changes, and in returns that were initiated but never sent back. And we have the dashboard that helps you be in constant awareness of how well you're doing on Amazon.
So basically, Amazon sellers have everything they need in one place, right?
Yeah, I could have forgotten some features, but yes.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so thanks again for giving an overview of this alerts tool, and I'm sure it's definitely helping Amazon sellers to stay on top of their Amazon game. So thanks again and hope to see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned what could happen to Amazon product listings when sellers are not monitoring them, and how important it is to use a tool such as Alert Tool by SellerBoards that will help to monitor the listings all the time. From the video description, you will find information and links to SellerBoard so you could discover all of their different tools that help Amazon sellers to have their business numbers in real time and manage store more efficiently. Now I would like to invite you to watch another video that Sophia from Klik recorded, where she does a 10-minute SellerBoard tutorial and shows how easy it is to use SellerBoard's Amazon Profit Calculator and inventory management tool.